Hi everyone, my name's Beth. I'm the dyer at Beehive Yarns and just doing the short video today on the request of the ladies at the Wool Monty to let you know a bit more about myself and my business and to show you some of the things that are going to be going into the online Monty next weekend. So those of you that don't know, the Wool Monty is a yarn festival here in the UK, usually based in Sheffield. Like most events this year, unfortunately, isn't able to go ahead in person. However, it is going online, which is fantastic because it means that those people that weren't necessarily able to travel to it in Sheffield are able to join in and see lots of the fantastic vendors who are lined up. So brilliant work from the Wool Monty team there to enable this to happen. So yeah, I hope you have lots of fun looking at the other vendor videos prior to next week. We've got a week to go, so whilst I'm going to be showing you some yarn today, and you can see I've got quite a bit behind me, my house is absolutely full of it, all drying at the moment, so there is going to be a lot more stuff than I show you today, but here's a sneak peek. Next weekend I will be doing some Instagram live videos over both Saturday and Sunday, which will be an opportunity for me to show you a few more yarns, but also for you to answer and ask me any questions if you've got any queries at all while we're running up to it. So yeah, okay. Bit about myself first. So I'm Beth. I've been dyeing yarn for just over 3 years now. I launched Beehive Yarns on 1st of June 2017. So yeah, not quite a long time ago. It doesn't feel it. It's gone absolutely very, very quickly. In that time, I've moved from Etsy and quite recently onto my own website, which is beehiveyarns.com. So yeah, and recently as well, I've introduced some new yarn bases into the shop, which I'd like to show you today. So I've always had a mixture of sort of lace weight, 4-ply and fingering and DK yarn. They tend to sort of differ slightly over the year with seasonality. The majority of my yarns are merino or merino blends. So I've got some BFL to show you today, so that's a new one for me as well. All of my yarn bases are named after Beehive hairdo wearers from the 1960s. So I've got a Bardot base, Audrey, Ronnie Spector, etc. You get the picture. My new bases don't have their names yet, so I think I'll keep you waiting until next weekend till I disclose what they're going to be called. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is Surrey Alpaca, which is beautiful, fluffy, super soft yarn and lace weight. I did do a sort of quiz really for my customers quite recently over what yarn bases they would like to see Beehive stock, and this was absolutely number one. It's quite similar to mohair, I guess, in the sense that it is very fine, very fluffy, and knits up lovely with other yarns as well. I think that the main differences between Surrey and mohair would be that Surrey's meant to be a lot more acceptable on sensitive skin, so not quite so itchy perhaps if it's something that you suffer from with mohair. I would say it's slightly softer to work with, and it's also slightly more textured when it knits up. So I've been working on Love Note sweater here in the colourway that I've just shown you, and this is a mixture of the Surrey alpaca lace and a BFL 4-ply. And yeah, it's just super, super fluffy, lovely halo, and I would say a very slightly more textured finish than mohair lace. So yeah, definitely one to have a look at if you're into kind of fluffy yarns. And I'm going to have several new colourways and existing colourways on the Surrey alpaca in the shop. So this one is Jaded Rose, which you can see here. I've also got that colourway here on my BFL 4-ply base, which I'll explain a bit more about in a mo. And yeah, lots of other ones. I've got another new summer colourway here called Sweet Magnolia, which is sort of a vanilla colour with some green and burgundy and pink speckles. I don't know if anyone's been watching or has watched the Sweet Magnolias TV series on Netflix. I would say it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but yeah, this is where the name came from for that. Also on the Surrey, you'll see that my summer wears, I like that word, summer colourways are sort of very rose and garden inspired, very much kind of for my evening walks really. But yeah, sort of summer gardens, summer walks down the river, that kind of vibe really. So here's some more here. So there we've got Damask, which is kind of like rose petals with the jaded rose, and this is Honeycomb, which is literally the exact same colour of Cinder Toffee. It's coming up slightly brighter than it is in real life on the video, but you can see that they kind of all work quite nicely together. And these will be available on lots of bases. You can see some of them just behind me, not just the Suri. So as I said, my second new yarn base is Blue Faced Leicester 4-ply. So this is 75% BFL, 25% nylon, so perfect for socks, but also perfect for sweaters, for jumpers, and for any accessories really. It's a real kind of workhorse of a yarn. I would say that BFL yarn, if you're not used to using it, to compare it to merino, it's slightly more textured, so it's got more of a toothy feel to it, which means it's perfect for colour work, and it's just very durable finish, but still very soft. So there it is on Jaded Rose, and here it is on another new colourway, as yet to be named, which, yeah, very much sort of inspired by rivers and streams during the summer. So that's the BFL 4-ply, and that's the same colourway there on the Suri alpaca, which I think would look beautiful knit up together. The third new yarn base that I have for you this week is actually a sport weight yarn. So this again is BFL. This is 100% BFL superwash. Sport weight yarn is something that I don't think we see quite so much of in the UK as potentially in other countries, although there have been lots of lovely patterns released in sport recently, which has kind of driven me to look it up. Not least the Jupiter crop by Caitlin at Boyland Knitworks, which I'm obsessed with, the Jupiter crop. I'm having a sample knit up for me actually at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So yeah, sport is new to Beehive. It's 262 metres per 100 grams, so you get slightly more than you would in DK, and less than a 4-ply, so it's very much in between the two. And as it's 100% BFL, it has that toothy finish, so again, perfect for colour work. It's got a slightly more rustic feel than a merino yarn has. So this is it on a new colourway here, which is very variegated, but equally I've got it dyed up on lots of tonal yarns. So as I said, I'm loving the Jupiter crop, so I've put some kits together. This is the first kit, which is the colourways that I'm actually having my sample knit up in. So you can see a lovely sort of brown, gorgeous teal there, and some peaches. So that's kit number 1. And the second Jupiter crop kit has got much more sort of vibrant tones, underpinned by this dark charcoal cemetery gates here. So those 2 kits will be in the shop at the weekend, but as always, all my tonal yarns are available on dye to order basis, which means that you can choose whichever ones you like, and you can choose whichever yarn base that I offer, and have them dyed up for you. My usual turnaround is sort of 2 to 3 weeks. I obviously try and do them as quickly as I can. So yeah, lots of options there. The last thing I guess I wanted to show you today was my sweater. So this is the Sunset Highway, which I'm sure you're probably quite familiar with, by Caitlin Hunter. This actually took me nearly 2 years to knit, so hopefully you're not quite as bad as I am at putting things down when there's like half a sleeve remaining that you need to knit. But I'm really pleased I managed to finish it during lockdown, yeah, a few people who've sort of seen me post on Instagram have asked about the yarns that I use, so I've got those going into the shop this weekend as well. So the main body of the sweater is from my Gasoline Alley colourway. That's named after a Rod Stewart song. And as you can see, lots of different colours in there, which it really makes for a very speckled effect. So sort of bronzes, gold, teal, turquoise, Gasoline Alley. The golden colour is Marigold, which is a yarn I actually launched with Beehive 3 years ago, and isn't going anywhere. It's certainly one of my favourites. So it's a lovely vibrant mustard, and it's got some sort of green and brown speckles in there. So that's the golden colour. And I do have Gunsmoke, which is the variegated grey that's just sort of used around the top. So again, you'll find these there in the shop next week. That's all that I was going to show you today. Very limited on time, and I know there's hundreds of vendor videos waiting for you to have a look at. As I said, I'll be on Instagram stories next weekend. The Wool Monty Online is happening on the 13th and 14th of June, so do tune in, do check out their website, and check out Facebook and Instagram, and check out Beehive's website and Instagram too if you want to see some more videos. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching today. Bye bye.